What makes a city truly sustainable? I'd like to share a vision that goes beyond technology with Masari Walk. It might just be the soul of Dubai. It might just be what real sustainability looks like. To find out, stay with me till the end. As an architect living and working in Dubai, I often ask myself, what makes a city truly livable? It's easy to focus on the big things, tall towers, infrastructure, net zero headlines. But when I think about sustainability, I keep coming back to something much simpler, something deeply human: walking. Not walking as in sidewalks, but walking as a way of life, a way to experience the city with joy, safety, and connection. That's where the idea of Masari Walk was born. Let's start by looking elsewhere. In Rome, walking used to be the default. Narrow streets, public piazzas, it was made for people. But over time, cars took over. Now, walking feels tense. You're dodging, squeezing, always alert. Then there's Barcelona's superblocks. They pushed cars out of entire neighborhoods. Streets turned into gardens, play areas, and public stages. The result? People returned, community returned, life returned. The takeaway is clear. The most walkable places aren't just designed for walking, they're designed without cars. So, what about Dubai? It's bold, fast-growing, and visionary. But it's also car-dependent. Add half a year of extreme heat, and walking becomes nearly impossible. Naturally, we stay in cars, not out of luxury but necessity. But that reliance creates real problems: congestion, stress, and isolation. And we've seen this before: New York, London, Seoul, Hong Kong. But these cities also show us something else. When public transport is strong and well connected, walkability improves. That made me wonder, where do we begin in Dubai? Surprisingly, the answer was right in front of us: the ferry terminals. When I looked at Dubai, I realized that out of all the potential improvements we could make to the transport system, ferries might be the most underutilized and the most affordable to expand. Unlike new metro lines or massive road expansions, enhancing ferry systems doesn't require digging through the city or overhauling major infrastructure. It's comparatively low cost, flexible, and it builds on something Dubai already has: a waterfront. Once I begin to introduce ferries along Dubai's coastline, I start to see how the city could grow through a unique water-based urban network. Now, the ferry routes shown here are purely speculative, just a starting idea. But what matters is this: for ferries to work, they must be easy to access. That means well-designed parking near ferry terminals, and more importantly, strong connections to key destinations together with the terminals. And from there, I started thinking of ferries as an extension of the metro system, a blue spine running parallel to the city. And in many areas, ferry terminals are possibly located close to metro stations. There's a clear opportunity here to link the land and the sea, creating a seamless multimodal network for Dubai by simply connecting them. But of course, none of linkages is existing for now. Even if there is linkage, an open linkage, considering extreme heat during summer, there's no easy way to walk through these terminals and stations naturally, comfortably between them. And think about when you step out into the sun after metro station, especially during summer, even a few hundred meters can feel impossible to walk. That challenge is exactly where the idea for Masari Walk was born, a solution not just for mobility, but for comfort, connection, and everyday life. It's a straightforward stretch, about 2 kilometers from the metro station to the ferry terminal at this location if we consider to connect. For this 2-kilometer stretch, if I share the comparison, here the Dubai Mall link bridge length, it around 900 moas. 2 times of this length seems not too bad, and considering 2-kilometer length, I also imagine a public park in every 500 molars, a consistent rhythm across the city that becomes a core principle of urban planning. But these parks wouldn't just be green spaces. Each one would be carefully designed as a social anchor, a place that brings daily life together. Imagine every neighborhood having a park close enough to reach on foot within minutes. A space not just for nature, but for connection, for morning walks, casual meetups, children playing, street performances, or just sitting quietly under a tree. In this vision, parks become part of the city's pulse, designed intentionally to shape how people live, move, and feel every day. They are like hubs where shopping areas, cafes, and community life naturally come together and thrive. Masari Walk as a whole becomes an integral part of the urban fabric, a connective spine linking public spaces with nearby neighborhoods, apartments, local shops, and social venues. It's not just a walkway, it's a living network that brings people closer. These aren't ordinary overpasses. They're designed to be experienced, not just crossed. Because in the end, the cities we truly fall in love with aren't the ones with the tallest towers or the brightest lights. They're the ones where we can walk to dinner, where we bump into a friend, pause under a tree, let our children run ahead, freely and safely. That's the spirit of Masari Walk. That's what real sustainability looks like, not just surviving the future, but loving it. What I've shared today is just a glimpse of what's possible. For me, real sustainability starts with people. And walking, especially here in Dubai, is where I dream that transformation can begin. Thank you for watching. If this inspired you, please subscribe to the channel. I'll be sharing more stories and ideas from Design Beyond Form, a journey into how architecture can shape not just spaces but life itself.